Bob Gallerstein with this week's Melrose Credit Union High School Weekly Report. Melrose Credit Union giving away a $5,000 college scholarship. If you know a deserving student athlete who you feel is worthy of this $5,000 college scholarship, cost of tuition these days, that can come in handy. Someone who's not only good athletically, but also academically and also in the community. Go right below where you see me, where the Melrose Credit Union icon is. It says, click here. That's where you nominate the person who you feel is worthy of this $5,000 college scholarship. And 1050 ESPN and Melrose Credit Union will announce the winner at the end of December. We start off today with the New Jersey Championship coming up this Saturday, 1:30, in a game that you'll hear live here on 1050ESPN.com. Number 1 Don Bosco Prep facing number 2 St. Peter's Prep Marauders. The two met on November 6th in Ramsey in a game heard live here on 1050ESPN.com, and a game that was all Don Bosco, 42-9. Now, Savon Huggins, the junior running back for St. Peter's, he's been ripping up yardage against everybody. Now, Don Bosco has a reputation of shutting down runners. On the other hand, you also had the battle of Tony Jones against the big St. Peter's Prep line, a line that physically is a little bit bigger than Don Bosco's. Well, Tony Jones against Savon Huggins, the result in November 6th. Tony Jones, about 180 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns, had another touchdown on a kickoff return, scored a 4th touchdown that was called back because of a Don Bosco penalty. Savon Huggins, 20 carries, 44 yards. Now, I spoke to Rich Hansen, the head coach, athletic director over at St. Peter's Prep, and he said he's devising a few strategies, to stop Tony Jones, and also to free up Savon Huggins for some more yardage. I would love to see this matchup. I think it's going to be a closer game than the 42-9 game that you saw on November 6th, or heard at least on 1050ESPN.com. But still, Don Bosco Prep should fulfill its 2009 destiny, roll the table in New Jersey, go 12-0, and finish the season number 2 in the country, according to ESPN Rise and USA Today. St. Thomas Aquinas of Fort Lauderdale, another big win last week, and they will probably run the table themselves. Remember, in Florida, they play. If you run the table, you play 3 more games, so St. Thomas Aquinas will probably go 15-0. Now, what's really interesting is I read on a certain website that Caltech, believe it or not, some students at Caltech put St. Thomas Aquinas and Don Bosco Prep in the computer. And who won? Don Bosco Prep by a touchdown. Most of the teams in the 1050 ESPN Metro Top 10 have concluded their season. St. Anthony's will finish the year at number 3, Bergen Catholic 4, Holy Trinity 5. St. Joe's Montvale, even if it loses to Immaculata this coming Friday, will probably finish the season at 6th in the 1050 ESPN poll. I think that the skill players in this reloading year, as Tony Karsich would call it, this reloading year for St. Joe's is their skill players have compensated. It made the difference against Wayne Hills, should make the difference against Lotta, and that's why St. Joe's Regional will finish the year at number 6 in the Metro Top 10 poll. Now we have the surprises. Curtis, the PSAL champ, 16-10 over arch rival Tottenville in a game heard here on 1050ESPN.com. Curtis is now the 7th-rated team, and I moved them ahead of Wayne Hills. Now you say, why? Wayne Hills almost beat St. Joe's Regional, and Wayne Hills controlled most of that game. Big reason was because Wayne Hills has a superior line, offensively and defensively. Now, Curtis has virtually as good a line. It's led by Dominique Easley, who goes both ways, and he'll be going to Penn State on a full ride. Now, size-wise, Curtis matches up with Wayne Hills, and I think if the two are to meet, skilled players for Curtis a little bit better, I think Curtis would beat Wayne Hills. So Curtis is number 6. Wayne Hills is number 7. Curtis is number 7. Wayne Hills is number 8. Wayne Hills faces arch rival Ramapo this coming weekend. In fact, that game is right after the Don Bosco St. Peter's game. Wayne Hills should run the table in New Jersey other than the St. Joe's game, and Wayne Hills should win its 6th consecutive group championship. Freeport is a new entry into the Metro Top 10, and my color commentator Andrew Gunling and I had a chance to watch Freeport before the Nassau County Conference 1 semi that we did, Syosset Farmingdale, Freeport winning its game. Freeport won the Nassau County Championship, beating Farmingdale, avenging a loss earlier in the season, and then Freeport went on to beat longtime Suffolk Power Floyd for the Long Island Conference 1 championship. That says something right there, even though Freeport has a couple of defeats, one inexplicably to East Meadow. Freeport is now 9th, will likely stay there in the Metro Top 10 poll. New Rochelle drops from number 6 to number 10. New Rochelle played North Tonawanda at the Carrier Dome for the New York State Championship, and North Tonawanda was victorious 14-7. Because of that, New Rochelle, who had run the table, beat Monroe Woodbury, who was as high as number 6 in the poll this year. New Rochelle will likely finish 10th. And we don't necessarily have a 11 through 20, but if we have an 11th place, we'll stick Monroe Woodbury in there. The Metro Top 10 brought to you by Melrose Credit Union. If you know a deserving student athlete who is worthy of a $5,000 college scholarship, look below me. It says, click here. Nominate that student athlete to win a $5,000 college scholarship, courtesy of Melrose Credit Union. Don't forget Don Bosco St. Peter's for the New Jersey Championship, live on the web, 1050ESPN.com at 1:30, again, this Saturday. I'm Bob Gallerstein. We will see you next week.